Is your swing a model of powerless effort instead of effortless power? I'm going to show you 3 simple drills that are going to help you create effortless speed in your swing. Let's go. First things first, to create that effortless power, we need to get our hips moving first in the downswing. This is one of our core 4 swing characteristics for efficiency. Efficiency simply means effortless power. Being able to swing the club fast and not look like you're really trying that hard to do it. That's why those tour pros and fast swingers often look like they're not really moving that, putting in a lot of effort to create a lot of speed, is because they're efficient. So we're looking for efficiency. A big component of that is being able to move your hips first in the downswing. So we've got to be able to disassociate the upper from the lower half. Let's get down on the ground. I'm going to show you the first exercise. These are called hip crossovers. You've probably done these before. Maybe you call them something else. I call them hip crossovers. From here, knees bent, feet flat, relax the head so my upper body's stable. Now we're going to disassociate the lower half. So we're getting our hips moving first. Make sure you press the knees together and go to the side. Only go as far as you can without this shoulder blade lifting off the floor. Then come back to the middle. Make sure your knees do not come apart. If I said that once, I said it 100 times to people. This is key. Press them together. It's going to keep your core engaged and keep your hips moving in sync, okay? And keep your shoulders down on the floor so that upper body does not move. Nice and smooth. Breathe in. Exhale as you come down. Inhale up to the middle. Exhale as you come down to the side. Do not hold the breath. Inhale up to the middle. Exhale as you come to the side. So you're going to do that 8 to 10 times each side. That is going to get your hips disassociating and moving separate of your upper body. And if that felt pretty tight, you might have to do 2 sets. You might have to do 2 sets of 10, even 3 sets, until it's feeling like it's moving easily and your shoulder blades aren't even thinking about moving, and you getting those knees and feet down towards the floor. Next, you can use a chair. We are going to do some lower body disassociations, keeping the upper body stable. So this is going to give me a pattern assist. So these lower disassociations are really going to help you feel that movement of the hips first in the swing. So from here, we're going to do it into your backswing first. So for a righty, I'm going to move my hips to the right without my upper body moving. So if you look at your arms, they should be totally straight. Press into the chair or countertop or whatever you're using for stability without leaning on it. It's not supporting me. If the chair was to disappear, I'm still here and I'm still able to disassociate without moving the upper body. It's there, I'm pressing down onto it, but not leaning on it. That is key, okay? Shoulder blades are down, away from the ears, and I'm gonna open my hips to my trail side. So I'm turning my pelvis to the right. I might feel a little more pressure in my inside of my trail foot. And again, that upper body is staying really, really square. And then I come back to the middle and repeat, okay? Open up to the trail side, opening those hips, keeping that upper body nice and stable. We're getting that disassociation. And again, going to the lead side is probably going to be a little bit more important for that right-handed golfer going to the left, for the left-handed golfer going to the right. Opening the hips, so we want to keep the upper body stable and feel those hips rotating open, okay? The knees are going to move a little bit. They have to, okay? So open the hips up. Again, keep both elbows straight. Do not allow the shoulders to open up, okay? This is what it means, getting those hips open first. You should feel some stretching around the torso here as you do this, trying to get the hips to open first. Feeling like your knee drives towards the target and the other knee gets out of the way as you open up. Keeping both arms straight. Exhale as you open up. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, open up. You're going to do, again, 10 to 15 each side. Really get that lower body disassociating from the upper body, which is key to having those hips move first, get more efficient, get more of that effortless power. You can also progress this exercise by simply removing the chair, having a club across your shoulders, keeping the club absolutely still, and trying to get this movement of the hips. Again, really a lot more challenging to keep this still now because I don't have that stability aid of the chair or countertop or whatever you're resting your hands on. I'm trying to open up the hips. You can see here, I don't want the driver to open up this way. I want it to stay square as I open up and move those hips first. Again, it's going to tend to want to open up. I want you to keep it closed or keep it square as you rotate the hips open, separate of the upper body. So we're disassociating that lower half, moving the hips first. So that's how you can progress, going from the chair to no chair, holding that club across the shoulders. Last exercise I'm going to show you is a good one as well. Goes up a level. So each exercise we've done has gone from simplest, laying on your back, doing those hip crossovers. That's the best place to start. Make sure you can master the hip crossover and the lower disassociation with the chair, no chair. Then we go to the stork turn exercise. The stork turn is great, but it's more advanced than the first two exercises. So don't jump just to the most advanced one. Make sure you master the first two. Put the hands on a club. Again, you can use anything for stability. You could still use the chair or a wall. I'm just using this so you can see my lower body a little bit easier. So I'm putting my hands on the club in front of me for stability. I'm going to bend my knees a little, and then I'm going to hook my foot behind my shoelaces behind my other knee. And I'm going to try and open my hips this way, maintaining my posture. So I'm not standing totally straight up. I've got a little bit of a hinge here. I'm in my golf posture, and I'm turning the hips open, keeping my shoulders square. Again, we don't want to see a lot of movement here in the upper body. I should be able to keep this pretty stable and rotate the hips open. You can do it on both sides. Again, for right-handed golfers, we really want to be able to open the hips towards the target and get the hips moving first. So you might want to do a little bit more on this side, but it's a smooth movement first. We're not trying to do it super fast. We're trying to get as much turn. You can see this hip moving and pulling back towards the target. It opens up, trying to keep that upper body nice and stable. We're going to do that on both sides, but again, you want to make sure that we get that lead hip moving towards the target. You also want to be able to load into this trail hip as well, keeping the upper body nice and stable, feeling that internal rotation in towards your hip. Okay, so that is the stork turn. Again, 10 to 15 each side. You can do 1 or 2 sets of each of these 3 exercises. Okay, they go in progression. Make sure you master the simplest ones first. And these exercises, if you find them a little challenging, you find that your balance, especially on the stork turn, is not good at all, chances are you have a physical mobility restriction. All you need to do, click on the link in the description for our free home mobility assessment. You can find out, are my hips really, really jacked up? Do I need to improve my hip rotation? Our research has shown most golfers do not pass the internal hip rotation test for mobility. So that's a great place to start as well. These drills aren't going to help you nearly as much if you don't address the mobility concerns in your body first. Make sure you can actually rotate the hips before you try and do these swing patterning drills. But if you've got good mobility and then you add these drills on top of it, it's going to help you open up those hips first and start to create that effortless power rather than that powerless effort you may have been experiencing in your swing. So I hope you guys found this video really helpful and informative. Give us a like. We'd love to see you subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. Give us a comment. Give us some feedback as to what you'd like to see in our upcoming videos. I will see you next time.